Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Denise Parker for Elevate Your Game. It is a special edition where we get to talk to our HBCU Ivy League tour group students who traveled with us to the East Coast for a wonderful trip, visiting 18 schools in the East Coast. And some of those schools were Howard University, Georgetown, Bowie State, Hampton University, Columbia. We got to do some virtuals such as NYU, Coppin. The first two HBCUs recorded in history, which are Cheney University and Lincoln University. So we got to visit the first historical Black colleges in Pennsylvania. So this is a tour group that roughed it. They roughed it hard time traveling in that heat and also experiencing the East Coast for the first time for some of them. And you're going to hear from them. So we're just going to get started to have the conversation, what it is and what their experience has taught them. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. You guys doing okay?
No.
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good,
so,
pretty good.
Pretty good. Thank you, Trinidad. Thank you, Donovan. Thank you, Kendrick and Layla and Madison and all those who couldn't join. We know we had 13 students, but these are the ones who had the time to do this today. So first of all, welcome back. How was that transition coming back home? Was that like a different experience for you guys now that you guys came back home and started life all over again, now no longer on this whirlwind of a trip? How was that experience? Anybody can start, jump in.
Yeah, I can't sleep in anymore. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up early now.
You got a trade, miss.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I love to miss it.
I miss it so much. I definitely did not want to come home.
I don't know about that.
I do sleep differently. I mean, I didn't want to come home. I'm okay now, but I want to go back.
Okay, come on camera, you guys. So, because it looks kind of, I want you guys to come on camera if you can. So say what you said, Milana.
I said that I definitely want to go back. I miss the experience, but I'm kind of happy to be home, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do agree with Layla. I'm waking up very early.
Oh,
I don't
that's
like
good.
No.
Okay, who else wants to speak about it? Donovan? The transition back, how has it been?
I don't necessarily want to go back, but it was kind of depressing because I didn't have
nothing. Go back?
It was kind of depressing because, I live far from everybody, so it was like we can't even meet up a lot. So it was kind of sad.
Well, that's interesting. So that leads to the next question for you guys. You guys can chime in how you feel. You guys got to meet new people, and it was 13 of you guys, 6 chaperones. And how was that experience meeting people from all over the Southern California, Los Angeles County area that you never probably would have met on your own? How was that for you guys?
It's pretty dope. I mean, yeah, made new friends. Pretty dope. I'm happy I met y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy I met y'all.
Yeah, I'm happy I met them. I'm homeschooled, so it's a lot harder for me to meet people. But yeah, most of them I would definitely hang out with again, and I wouldn't have changed it for a thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Layla?
Yeah, I go to an all-girls school, so this is definitely a cool experience. I've gone to an all-girls school since I was in middle school, so definitely being on this trip showed me that I can put myself out there and become friends with a lot of people.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, y'all just doing it over here. Anybody else wants to share? Kendrick? Kendrick, are you there? Okay, just jump in. Don't feel like you have to. Madison, you've been chiming in the background.
Go ahead, Madison.
Meeting new friends. How has that been for you?
I really liked the trip. It was good meeting new people and getting to know how everyone is. And
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. What was your favorite part of the trip? You can speak from personal, like just meeting and greeting new people, visiting new places, the schools. What stood out for you in the trip more than anything?
I think my favorite part was meeting Madison, and it really kept me grounded throughout the trip, being that Madison did break her foot. I feel like that really added that extra, like, to the trip, and it really brought us closer together, and I found the best roommate ever.
Oh, well, we did have some shenanigans going on the trip where we did have some medical visits, but you guys all survived and you were in good hands because I made sure nobody was left behind and everybody was taken care of, and our team was excellent. But meeting new people and sharing the room with people who would possibly eventually be like a new roommate in your, what we did for the hotels you guys shared, but you also are trying to experience what it's going to be like in college, having a roommate in a dorm or in an apartment when you guys are off to college and experiencing new adventures. So what else? Who else wants to share their most memorable experience?
I loved all the places that we visited, the monuments, all of it, just touring. Like, I don't really go out of state, so that was for sure one of my favorite parts, along with, meeting people and just, it was fun.
Excellent. Some of the monuments we visited was the White House we visited. We also got to see the major museums in DC and walked the beautiful places all over New York and other spots. We went to Virginia Beach. We visited the Smithsonian African American Museum and other historical sites. And we also visited the African Burial Ground. That was one of my favorites in New York City, and also visiting Wall Street and Times Square and just so many different adventures. And then seeing the Amish out in the countryside, that was funny too, just like looking at people and how they live. What else did you guys like about the trip? Anybody can chime in. Kendrick, Donovan.
You wanna go?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I liked the bus.
I was gonna say that the bus ride was really fun. Cracking.
The bus ride. What did you guys like about the bus ride?
Yeah. It didn't, like, when you say it was like 5 hours, 4 hours, it never felt like that because we were always like having fun and it was just like, quick. And something I dislike about the bus.
What did you dislike about the bus, Doctor?
Okay. Well, yeah,
the bathroom. I hated the bathroom. That bathroom was horrendous. Horrendous.
Well,
no, because somebody had, bro.
Go ahead, Madison.
Somebody had tooted on the bus, and I threw up, bro. That's not funny. And I threw up, literally, bro.
So now that you guys put it all your business out there, thank you for the world to hear. Thank you. The bus ride was an adventure. We did work with a wonderful charter bus company named Excellent Tours, and they're based out of the East Coast, and they did a wonderful job in helping us to get safely to our destinations and also have fun along the way. They were excellent, and that's why we use them every year. Anybody else? Yeah, we love Andy. Andy was one of our bus drivers. Yes, he was.
Andy was the best. He needed to come back for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to travel to New York. That's the hard part. It's like a lot of bus drivers don't want to do the New York part because it is very stressful. Trinidad, what did you like about the trip? Trinidad, what did you like about the trip? Yes. Oh. He's trying to figure out a way. Anybody else? Kendrick, chime in while we wait for Kendrick.
All right,
okay, go ahead.
What I'm not gonna lie, I always wanted to go to the East Coast. I'm not gonna lie. So that was like my favorite part about going to traveling and stuff. But my least favorite, oh my God, I hate it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I hated the bus rides, but the long bus rides.
Well, part of the reason is because you're so tall, but you also got to have those experiences for the first time. You were one of our first time flyers. How was that experience for you?
Oh my God. So the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I was scared. I was like, yeah, I was shaking scared. That's how scared I was. But when we flew back, I wasn't that scared. I got used to it. I was like, okay, it's like a bus, I had more room on the second plane. I had more room. But the first plane, I can't believe that lady did that to me. Go put her seat all the way back. Unbelievable.
very much kicking my chair on the way back. Very much.
Well, I needed knee space. Sorry.
Yeah, that's part of the adventures. What about the food, you guys? Some of the places that we went, there were some really good food experiences. Like we had some of those food markets. Anybody want to talk about, food or
chopped cheese was amazing.
Chopped cheese. Where you get chopped cheese at? What's that?
In New York. Right across from the
movie. Mm-hmm.
What was chopped cheese, Donovan? Describe what chopped cheese is. So for
it's like a burrito in bread form. That's all I can explain it.
It's a burger in bread form.
Yes.
It's a burger.
Oh, a burger. That's what No, burger is bread. It's a burrito.
No, it's not.
Okay. You have an opinion. It's a food critic opinion. Okay. So it's chopped up ground meat put on bread. So it's like a chopped up burger. Chopped up with some cheese all grilled up in there, and you get it in New York. Anybody like the Philly cheesesteaks when we went to Philadelphia?
I'm not gonna lie, it was a little overrated. A little overrated. I liked it though, it was cool.
We didn't get to go to some of the coveted places. We only got to go to what we can get to at the time, but the goal is for you guys to have all kinds of experiences. How about the Rocky Balboa statue and steps? How was that for you guys?
Oh, the steps? I loved running up.
That was pretty cool.
I loved running up those steps.
It's something where you can now go back to that movie. It's what you can watch it on, any platform, and you can say, I know those steps. I've climbed up there and took a picture and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. The weather. Let's talk about the weather.
Oh.
Was 80 degrees in California like 80 degrees in the East Coast?
No.
Absolutely not.
I want to pass out.
No, the weather was very dry. It made me want to literally curl up into a ball underneath the AC. And I thought I was going to die half the trip.
Dry? I would think it would be, it was moist, extra moist. But yeah, we get it.
It was no breeze. That's what I meant by dry. It was no breeze. That's what I meant.
Got it.
It was too hot. Right.
Yeah. What'd you say, Milana?
It was way too hot.
Way too hot. So let's talk about you guys when you guys came back home and you told your family, your friends where you've been. What was that like, describing that trip to your friends and your family, and how did they embrace the new you now that you've had this whirlwind experience?
My family thought it was really cool. Like on Saturday when I went, everybody was just like, "Oh, how was the trip? And I was just like, "It was really good. I really enjoyed it." I feel like everyone was proud and happy that I got to go.
And then what was anybody else's experience? Go ahead.
I feel like I haven't really been able to put the trip into words to explain to other people. So most of the time when I want to talk about the trip, I kind of just text the people on the trip, and I'll be like, "LOL, do you guys remember this?" or something like that. So it's really easy just confining in the people that were on the trip with us.
Yeah, because you guys experienced it. Donovan?
Yeah, it was pretty cool describing it, because that's something people never get a chance to do. It's once in a lifetime, and it was a blessing. So it was really it was really, it was exciting to describe it, because I'm I got to do this, and I'm passionate about it.
Yeah. Anybody else? Kendrick? Trinidad? Donovan's right. Cool. All right. And then what is it that you guys took from this experience for yourself? Do you feel like you're going to definitely apply to some of the schools, or at least look further out as far as your college career pathway?
I think I'm going to apply to all of them, and, maybe not go to, want to go to all of them, but I'll definitely apply.
Yeah, it's no hurt in applying. Layla?
Norfolk.
Oh, Trinidad, what'd you say?
Oh, Norfolk was one of the college for me. I feel like that was like the best college for me. Norfolk. I like Norfolk.
Norfolk State in Virginia.
Yeah, Norfolk.
Layla?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be applying to a good amount of the schools. I don't know about all of them because I feel like not all of them really align with me, but that's just my own personal preference. But I will be applying to like 8 or 9 of them.
That's a lot. Was that more? I mean, just hearing from you guys, what you are going to apply to versus before you went on the trip and now, is it different? Has it changed your like who you're going to apply for and how many schools you're going to apply to?
It's definitely changed for me because I never really wanted to go anywhere but like the top HBCUs, and now I have a whole list of where I'm gonna go, and Bowie's number one. So
I remember you left Bowie and you were like, Bowie's for me, and we're like, okay, Bowie's pretty good. Anybody else? Oh, there's Sean. Hi, Sean.
What's up, guys? Hi.
Hey, we're just sharing, people just sharing their experience, how the trip has changed them when they got back. Can you can think about it for a second while you guys are, while everybody's answering, but just think about how the trip has changed you since you got back, and how now you're going to be applying to possibly some more schools that you never thought of. If you're ready to share, you can. If anybody else wants to jump in while Sean prepares his mind. Kendrick hasn't said anything yet. Where's my Kendrick? What's he doing? Okay. Who else is here? Somebody else is joining. Is Juan joining?
It's Courtney. It's Courtney.
Courtney. Let me see your face, beautiful. Where you at? I don't see you.
Hey, Courtney.
Hey. So are you so somebody share. Sean, if you're ready, you can go ahead. If anybody else wants to wait.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. I really enjoyed this experience because I got to see colleges I never heard of, like Georgetown or like Johns Hopkins. I never heard of these universities, but now I got a chance to see them, and those are for sure schools I really like, which I'll apply to. Also, I got to see my dream school, Princeton. Princeton all the way for me. Hopefully.
Princeton all the way. You look good in that Princeton hat. So yeah, Princeton all the way. When you tell people you went to your dream school to visit, what do they say to you? Like your friends, can they like, what? You went where this summer?
They're like, you actually got a chance to go over there? It's like, yep, I did.
Yeah. Was it like what you thought? Like going to Princeton and seeing it? I mean, before you even went there, did you have a different thought about what it looked like and how was it?
No, it was what I thought it'd be, old school.
Cool. So all that being said, like how was the experience for most of you guys who went to schools that you thought were going to be someplace you wanted to apply to, but then end up being like not what you expected? For example, the only school that you guys mentioned you really wanted to see was Howard. That was like the top school that most of you guys said you wanted to see. Is there a reason why you guys picked Howard as one of your top schools to see?
I was really excited to tour Morgan State. But when I found out we had to do a self-guided tour, I was mad. So, yeah.
But did you like the campus?
Yeah, I like the campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What'd you like about the campus?
What'd you like about the campus?
Oh, it was nice and big.
It was nice and big, and it's in the middle of the city, so you get to, be a part of the festivities of the city of Baltimore. What about you, Donovan?
I was gonna say at Morgan, it was nice and all on campus, but if you go to the side towards the bushes, it's a run down. It's like, I don't know. It was crazy. So that really changed my mind because I'm like, y'all making it look nice, but then I got to sleep in boarded up windows. I saw this. Layla saw it too.
What are you talking about? You're saying that when you went to visit the school and walk around,
we went to the dorm.
Saw older buildings and newer buildings? That's what
newer buildings on campus. you know.
Okay.
It was
Yes.
very.
You guys are funny. Not every they're gonna keep some of the older buildings, and they still probably have some renovations to
No,
do.
that's not. I'm talking about. Never mind. It was like actually run down buildings, like on campus, like not just like old. I know the old means, like not like that, not vintage. Run down, abandoned. That's like, you know.
So you guys looked for schools that were visually, aesthetically pleasing. You wanted to see a school that actually, it looked good. If it was vintage, you understood why it was vintage, but you didn't want something that was run down. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Yeah, that would make sense as far as when you're going to a school. Anybody else have any pros or cons? Oh, Layla, go ahead.
I was really excited to see Hampton, but when we got onto campus, I guess like the first impressions weren't really the best, because like it was like they took us to like the older part of the campus. I guess again this goes back to like the aesthetics, but like it was like sticky notes everywhere saying like remove this. There was like glass missing. The water was really dirty, but like it got nicer as we continued to walk around. But I guess like that first impression kind of just like turned me off the school completely.
Right.
But that was my personal.
Well, Hampton did mention to us that they were under construction and they weren't allowing too many campus tours because of that reason. People would be turned off from their campus because of the under construction, and they're doing a huge renovation throughout the entire campus. And in the next, months or to a year, they should be fully up to and ready for show ready. But yeah, that will affect you. What is one of the things that I constantly said to you guys when you guys are taking these tours? Like, don't remember what I said. Don't go by just the tour guide or the visual of the campus. What is the education going to give you, the experience? I think I remember that time when we went to Cheney. Remember Cheney? We had a good tour with Cheney. And you guys met those college students who were kind of hanging out. You guys remember that? Where you guys got to talk to like 4 or 5 young people who were just sitting around outside that little cafeteria area. And
yes.
Yeah, and they were, what was their expression? You guys remember? They were super excited about what?
They were very excited about I forgot the program they were doing, but they were excited about that, and they were very passionate about their school.
They were passionate about their school, right, Donovan? And their school wasn't like totally fancy looking. It was kind of run down in certain parts, but they literally had that school passion and pride for their campus and for their institution. So that's a clear thing. Is like it's through the students that you can kind of see what the campus is going to be like. Our surprise school was Coppin. Who liked Coppin? Remember, he got on the tour bus and he explained our tour guide, who's also the missions person. Go ahead, Layla.
Oh, I was just raising my hand to say that I actually enjoyed it. I thought that it was really cool, like how 3 Olympians went there. They had really nice facilities. The tour guide seemed very engaged, and I like how it was the only HBCU named after a woman.
There it is. I love that. That was a good fun fact.
Literally everything that she said is what I was gonna say. The tour guide was very engaged, which I loved, and I actually fell in love with that school. And it was very nice. Like the buildings and everything were really nice.
Excellent. Courtney, do you want to share anything?
I can share. I like Coppin because of not just like how they talked to us about like their school, but also like their athletics, and I like their facilities. Like their basketball court was really, really nice, along with their track, and I just felt like that was pretty cool.
Okay, so anybody else want to share about the schools? Anything in particular about the schools? We didn't talk about Columbia. You guys got a virtual tour at NYU. Somebody mentioned Georgetown, which was cool. Oh, what about that moment where you guys were at Georgetown and somebody invited you guys to that college like readiness kind of workshop where you guys can talk about transitioning from high school or just transitioning into college? How was that for you guys? That was at Georgetown.
That was pretty entertaining, like, and informational, especially the activity we did at the beginning. It was, yeah.
Can you describe that activity? What activity did you guys do?
We basically answered a survey, and they at the end of the survey they gave us colors that represent our personality, and then we can take those and apply it to different careers and stuff like that.
Cool. Can anybody remember the color and what it meant?
Gold. Mine was gold.
I got orange.
Mine was orange as well.
Okay, what does orange mean? What does orange represent?
Orange represent like you're courageous and you're adventurous and you try to put yourself out there, but you also are kind of like introverted in some way. So it's kind of like you're extrovert and introvert at the same time.
Awesome. Very good, Courtney. Thank you. Anybody else remember a different color? Who was blue? Somebody was blue.
I think that was Juan.
Yeah, but he's not here. He can't speak for himself. Okay. So let's talk about New York. How many people wanted to go to New York because they've never been there? And what was that first, kind of like, everybody's raising their hand. What was their first impression of New York after it was just like a dream and now it's reality? Go ahead, Donovan.
It smelled like trash.
Oh, dang, Layla.
It was horrible. I mean, I like seeing all the buildings and stuff, but it was horrible. It was stanky. Everywhere you went, you did not get a fresh breath of air.
It was just must everywhere. You could barely breathe.
Good photo ops though. I got one with like steam coming out the sewer. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, you guys took a lot of great pictures in New York and had a lot of great touristy and non-touristy experiences. What was the most impressionable thing about your New York trip? Anybody else? Milana raised your hand. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just was saying that I wanted to go to New York, and I'm so happy that I got to go. Definitely.
Yeah. It's
an experience.
How many people can see themselves living in New York now that they experienced it, or at least going back to visit more often?
I'm going back to visit in September.
Awesome.
So excited. Cool. I definitely will go there. I don't know about living there. That's a little bit of a stretch for me.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in?
I definitely consider working there, and after I get some buildings up, maybe I'll move because I don't want to live the rest of my life. But it's good opportunities to make money there.
Yeah, I agree with Donovan. I definitely go there just to live there for a couple of years, maybe 3. But I wouldn't want to live there long term. I'd probably just go just for a couple of years and then come back. And then to answer your question before, what was the most impressionable thing about New York? I could say the food. I actually really, really enjoyed the food at New York. And specifically, I got to try these Taiwanese noodles. They were the best.
Oh yes, you were thinking about those and dreaming about those. We were trying to get back to those and we couldn't make it for the second round, but hey, it's part of the experience.
I'm still thinking and dreaming about the noodles.
Ooh. They had some really good foodie places. Anybody else want to share about New York or any other?
Completely off topic. Sorry. Go ahead, Layla.
Okay, I just wanted to say a couple of things about New York. I really liked the school that we got to see, Jay-Z's, the Jay-Z internship thing. That was really cool. I had a lot of fun. Music isn't something that I want to pursue, but it kind of just showed me that it could be a hobby that I can do in college. So I had a lot of fun doing that, as well as viewing the African burial. I feel like I learned a lot of cool things at that place, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. But especially the thing about Wall Street, I thought that was a really cool fact that I kind of can take with me and kind of always just know. It kind of just always emphasizes that the country was built on our back. So I thought that was really dope, and I really enjoyed seeing that.
So you're referencing the Rock Nation School of Music, Entertainment and Sports Management. You're also, that's at the Long Island University. It's in Brooklyn, and also in this in the Long Island area, but we went to the Brooklyn campus where the Rock Nation School is. And then you also talk about the African burial ground, which was one of my favorite experiences because our tour guide she was amazing. She actually really, for a Caucasian woman, she really embodied our group to make sure we felt like we were validated, and our ancestors' journey was, you know, was something that left an impression with her as a tour guide. Like, she really was educating us on what we contributed, what our ancestors contributed to the state and to the building of the New York City and the country. So yeah, that was amazing. Anybody else want to share memorable moments, New York or otherwise?
I feel like my most memorable moment was getting to go to the movie theater with Layla, and we also walked across the street to the deli, and I got me a chopped cheese, and it was so good.
This chopped cheese phenomenon. Okay.
It was great. It was an amazing chopped cheese. I had me too. Chopped cheese.
You guys can try to make that at home, right? You know, like just
Yeah.
chop up some cheese, season it up real good,
It's
add lettuce and put them pickles in there.
it's nothing
It's
like
not
New
the
York.
same.
though.
It's not the same. It's not the
It's
same.
not
You
the
gotta
same.
get
It's
it from the
nothing like
deli.
New York. You gotta get it from the deli.
You gotta get it from the deli. It's not the same.
The
Or the
Aki way.
bodega, or the bodega or the deli. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
also,
I like
random, I really like the bagels.
Yeah. I like
Oh, I didn't get to try that. Yeah.
I enjoyed having Starbucks every day. It was nice. I love Starbucks.
I enjoyed
No.
how much we ate chicken. We ate
I'm-
chicken a
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of sad that I couldn't have Starbucks no more. You know, oh man, I was sad. But you know, it was, yeah.
well, at least you followed through with your with the doctor's orders. Okay, so let's talk about next steps for you guys. Who's going to be a senior?
I am.
So we have-
Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidad, Courtney, Layla, Donovan. You're going to be a senior too, or Madison?
Yep.
Oh,
Both of us.
Well, okay. So you guys are both going to be seniors. How does that? Well, next year,
Excellent.
huh?
Hmm?
What did you say? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I said I had two hands up for both.
Oh, I see. Thank you. So, what, as seniors, what are you focused on now, going back into this new school year?
Scholarships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scholarships.
Oh, you can go.
Sorry, guys. Right now, I'm currently focusing on kind of limiting down my list because I have a list of about 30 right now. I'm trying to get it to like in that 15 to 20 range, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm focusing on scholarships as well as practicing for my SAT for the schools that aren't as test optional. And then that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Yes. What about those schools that were test optional? Which schools stood out as having a test optional? You guys remember?
Yes, I think it was UPenn. UPenn was really like interesting for them to be an Ivy League and for them to be test optional. That really stood out for me, and it made me want to apply to them more.
Most Ivy Leagues are test optional, but UPenn actually put it out there that they were. So that was a good thing. That was a good look for UPenn. They actually shared what it is and how to get into these Ivy Leagues, specifically UPenn. Anybody else want to share what their senior life is going to be focused on when you come this fall?
I can share. My incoming like senior life, I'm gonna be focused. Right now I'm doing SAT prep, so I can take the SAT later on in August. Just trying to figure out scholarships, getting my Common App together, like my whole profile, so I can start applying to schools because applications close in November, and just figuring all that out and which colleges like I specifically want to go to. Because like Layla, I have like a big list, and I'm trying to get down to at least 20 to 15.
Excellent. Excellent. We're going to be offering you guys some other workshops for free that you guys can join as a group. So you guys can continue on that process. You guys all can join, all 13 of you guys, but if those seniors, this is for you guys to really buckle down, to get really serious. Donovan, do you want to share? Or Madison?
You want to share? Okay. My fall is going to be focused on applications to schools and scholarships, and spring is gonna be focused on having fun. Even though I'm gonna keep my grades up, but I'm gonna be having fun too.
Yeah, of course. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. It's your senior year. You know, you guys got to focus on your senior activities, prom, homecoming, whatever you guys got going on. That's going to be tons of activities and fun, but also planning and mapping out your focus time and getting serious. Are you guys, Kendrick, Sean, do you want to add to that conversation? Are they still on, Kendrick?
Yeah. Applications all the way. That's all I'm going to worry about. Applications and scholarships.
Applications and scholarships. What classes are some of you guys going to either take more serious or retake? Because you don't have to mention anything specific if you don't want to, but you can say like, hey, I think I might have to retake some classes to get my grade up in this area, or I'm going to take this class because I think it's going to benefit me. Is there anything like that going on, since you're as seniors, you're trying to come up with a real good strategy to get you, or as juniors, any juniors on that want to say that?
I'm not going to take any extra classes at school, but I'm going to enroll in some dual enrollment courses at Chaffey College because I'm pretty sure it's free now for me.
That's right. Get that dual enrollment, and it will help you get into these colleges a lot easier too. Anybody else?
Same with Donovan. I'm gonna do dual enrollment with El Camino because that's close to my house, and I'm also taking honors classes at my new high school.
Ooh, okay. Milana?
I'm not a senior, but I'm also doing dual enrollment this upcoming year and honors classes and hopefully an AP class. I just have to take the test. But yes, definitely focusing on more English classes too, because that's kind of where I lack. But yeah.
Excellent. Anybody else? Layla?
Yeah, I'll be doing dual enrollment as well as just kind of focusing on my AP classes, because I have a few courses that if I finish, I'll be awarded like the capstone award. So then that's just like another like string and something else to just add on my application.
Good. Excellent. Wonderful. Madison, you want to share of any of this or something else?
I don't think I'm gonna be enrolling in any like dual enrollment classes.
Yes, you will.
You got your cheerleader right there, your brother.
I'm gonna enroll you in classes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then as far as extracurricular activities, like remember how some of these schools really emphasize doing volunteer work, extracurricular activities, anything to make you stand out, especially when you're writing, applying for these schools or writing your personal statements. Is there anything that sparked your interest now that you came back and you want to focus on? Anything you want to do that gets you volunteerism or extracurricular activities? If you're still thinking about it, that's fine. But just knowing that you guys have opportunities ahead of you that, you know, make you stand out will be awesome to apply for or be, you know, just keep that in the mind frame, in your mind. So you, when you're going out there for those college applications, that you can actually state that in your journey of your work. Okay, so before we close out, I want to say I really enjoyed hanging out with all you guys. Now you guys got the big mother hen auntie, Mrs. Denise Parker, and I'm more like big sis. When you guys see me in person, I'm like really, really chill, but on those trips, it's life or death. You know, I got to bring you home because I'm not trying to have any parents come and hunt me down. That's just the truth. So for you guys, how was your experience overall? You guys don't have to chime in all at once, but just share overall. Will you recommend this trip to friends?
I would definitely.
Yeah, I would too. I would.
I'm coming back next year, and I'm going with friends. So we have that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
I really enjoyed the trip, and I would definitely recommend it to somebody, to other people.
Mm-hmm. And has anybody asked you guys, how did you guys get to go, or any of that nature, or how did you guys find out about it? Like, why were you chosen? For some of those people who were chosen, because some of you guys were selected by some of our staff to come on the trip. It wasn't just random. It was literally we had staff, on campuses in our different programs of the movement, and asking who do we think should go on this trip, because we have very limited spots. Did anybody ask you guys, why did you guys get selected? I'm just curious. No, okay, good. Don't throw your friends underneath the bus. Hey, snitches get stitches. Okay, all right. So, final thoughts. Anybody else want to share?
I had fun, and I can't wait to see these guys again.
You don't want to see me, Layla.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, guys.
This was a very fun trip, and I met a lot of people, including Donovan and Madison. They're like
I love you, Courtney.
What about Trinidad?
I also met Trinidad. Okay, I was giving your props.
I miss Trinidad and Sean the most.
Yeah, I miss Trinidad too. Sean was very serious as well.
Appreciate y'all.
I miss Jaslyn's not on, and Eileen's not on.
I miss Jazzy.
I miss Jazzy.
Ron's not on. Who else is missing? Let's shout them all out, huh?
I miss Jada the most.
Oh, Jada.
Are you sure it's not one? Are you sure it's not one?
I bet you do, Donovan.
Layla.
Layla.
Because if you want to talk real, we could talk.
Best roommate ever, Madison. I hope that when I go to college, Madison somehow makes it into being my roommate.
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys swap what schools you guys are both applying to? Because that also has to work. One.
Yeah, we're swapping right now. We're swapping right now.
One can't be applying for Norfolk and the other one to Johns Hopkins. Maybe you guys get an apartment in the center, and you guys can commute. Would you guys, that'll be my final question for you guys. Would you guys want to be rooming with some of these, some of your 13?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind rooming with
Absolutely.
Of course. I would definitely room with Madison.
Nah. I wouldn't mind rooming with Donovan. Donovan,
I would mind. I know.
What about me, Courtney? What about me, Courtney?
Look, you are automatically I didn't think I needed to add you. It's an
yes, sir. Actually, I'd like to
roommate with Layla and Madison.
Miss Denise, we would be great roommates.
Yes, Miss Denise, me, Layla, and Madison are excellent roommates.
No, I'm talking about Miss Denise and I. I'm talking about Miss Denise and I would be great roommates.
Oh,
because I'm clean, quiet. I go to bed on time.
Not clean and not quiet.
I don't need any more young people to take care of as far as roommates. No, I'm good. I have a 10-and-a-half-year-old. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
But I appreciate you, Layla. But how about this? Would you guys like to do a reunion?
Yes.
We want to do one so bad.
Okay, so on the group chat, as you know, you guys can, coordinate that, and we'll pick a selection, a place, and then we'll do some type of reunion situation. We'll talk about it. Gives 3 different alternates. Maybe something before the end of the year, because I know the summer's almost over. So before the end of the year, maybe a holiday gathering or something. We go golfing, miniature golfing or something fun.
Ooh,
something fun and silly.
Yeah, we could go go-kart riding too.
Oh yeah, go-kart riding will be fun too. Well, we'll figure out. So on that note, I want to thank my wonderful students who joined us on this trip. We had so much fun. Shout out to all 13 and our chaperones that joined us from NCRF. This is Elevate Your Games special edition where we talk about our HBCU Ivy League tour. It is a hot group of students who went because they were hot in the summertime, sweating it all, but getting their education. So thank you guys for joining us. And once again, see you next time.
Bye. Thank you for having us.